Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Mystical Channel. Today topics. Today I want to do a talk about the astrological energies that we have been experiencing for a while. I have made some notes and some research and trying to connect the dots between the astrological events, what that means for us in the current situations that we are dealing as a society, as well the numerological aspects of the year 2020, when I link with the tarot cards with the major arcana. So let's start with the astrological aspect. I don't know if many of you might know that we have two planets in conjunction, and from the previous experience in the past, these conjunctions have generated a bit of chaos in the society as a whole. So this conjunction started since December 22nd, 2019. You might see me looking down because I'm looking to my notes, so I can give the right information. I have write down everything. So we have this conjunction since that time, but the actual conjunction happened on the January 12th of this year, and it will end on January 31st of 2021. So what does it mean for us? These two planets are very slow planets. Pluto takes 248 years to go around the sun, and Saturn takes 29 and a half years to go around the sun. When they first get together in the same zodiac sign, in this time they are located in the sign of Capricorn. But right now, for example, Saturn is in the sign of Aquarius, but it's going back to Capricorn on July 1st until December 16th of this year. And Pluto is being in the sign of Capricorn since 2008, and is going to be there till year 2023. So these energies, because these planets move so slow, the energies it's not like we feel it right away. It takes a while for us to feel it. And the Saturn planet is been in the sign of Capricorn since 2018. So these forces are being united, and right now we are feeling especially in the economical structure of the government because of the pandemic of the virus COVID-19. So what happened is, we know Saturn is a planet of limitations and discipline, and Pluto is the planet of rebirth, is the planet of the reconstruction. So when these two forces are united, and they are in the sign of Capricorn, which is the sign of hard work, of the career, of the money matters, and the distribution of resources. So that's, as we see right now, every structure that is not supported as we know it, the forces that are behind this, like Saturn with the discipline and the structure, and Pluto with the planet of transformation, is going to transform those structures that are not supported. So right now, the government are issuing so many incentives and programs in order to help the economy to avoid any collapse. And it's not just in Canada, but in many of in other countries that are out there, because we are pretty much, the whole world is dealing with isolation, and many people is not able to go to work or generate any type of income, or the companies are not able to sustain because everybody's trying to protect their lives. And so these two forces are there because the changes the changes, I guess, into the economic aspects. So maybe the reason I was doing this search is because I want to see why all the changes that are happening and how we can be better prepared for them. So my opinion is that since the era of internet, we're being globalized and we depend so much in other economies, and I think it's time for us to review that aspect. I'm not saying that we shouldn't deal with global economy, but to what degree we want to be dependable on all of it. So I think we should try to consider to start having more localized economies, and yes, keep our trades and keep selling to the world, and we also getting supplies from other countries, but at the same token trying to keep our necessities or primary necessities in the local economies. So those are the two forces that are dealing that we are dealing right now with the Pluto and Saturn in the sign of Capricorn in the 10th house. Also, I want to add a note about I am an astrologer enthusiastic. I'm not an astrologer, and the research that I do is in different books that I have about astrology, as well in the web, and I have an app that is called Time Nomad, and is I like the information that they provide. According to them, the planet behind the coronavirus is the planet of Neptune, and Neptune is the planet of spirituality and as well of boundaries. And this virus don't have any boundaries, and it's also the planet that has to do with generations as a whole. So I find kind of interesting the synchronicity of this virus affecting the majority of the older generation, the generation of the older baby boomers, people in the 70s or 80s are being the most affected. And well, the planet of the generation as a whole is behind it. So I don't know, I just wanted to mention that to generate certain of questioning in us. And also the other point that I have is the year 2020. So we have two 20s. When we look at the cards, the tarot cards in the major arcana is a sequence, is the sequence of the Fool, and the key or the card number 20 is the card of Judgment, and is astrologically this card is linked to the planet Pluto. So judgment comes upon us in the sense that the old patterns is already anything that we had done or we haven't done is already being judged. So we are dealing with transformation because this is the card of the renewal, the rebirth, the awakening. So in addition to the changes that we are going to see massively in the economies and in the government as a structure, we are also seeing those changes as individuals. We are in an era of awakening, and as I mentioned before, this is the time that we are isolated. We had the time to research. We had the time to become more aware of the things that are happening and why it's happening, right? So this card is telling us that this year we had the opportunity to, everything is being judged. Whatever we had done in the past, we must let go. We have to embrace the changes and we should allow ourselves to have a new beginning. By all means, to be an active part of the decisions or of the way we want life to continue. Also, when we add the 2020 and reduce it to a single digit, we get the number 4. The number 4 is the key or the card, the Emperor card, which is the masculine energy, is the father archetypal, and and also is the authority, and it has to do with the government as well. So when I see this card, the first thing I thought is Mother Earth is using the masculine energy because it's an energy of action. I don't want to sound sexist, but we all have masculine and feminine energy. And Mother Earth is using the masculine energy in order to bring order. The Emperor card is the authority, is the order, is the father figure. So is the, and also astrological is linked to the sign of Aries. Right now we are in the sign of Aries, and is for new beginnings. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, and having this card in the with the tarot is telling us that Mother Earth is recovering her territory, and is bringing back order, because we have lived in so much chaos and we are not listening, and it's about time for us to listen and to connect to Mother Earth and help her to take care of us. So those are the energies that I wanted to mention and to share. I hope you find it interesting. I know it's a lot of information for many people, but if you had any question, please don't hesitate in write it down. I will try my best to answer all of them. As well, if you like the information that I'm giving out, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell button so you can get all the notifications when I publish anything new. Thank you and have a good evening. Bye for now.